Hi, my name is Dominic DeFalco, and this is my group video. For more years than I can count, men have dominated sports. Sports culture has been molded into something ferocious and strictly masculine since the first and BC years when the Roman Empire introduced gladiator sporting events to the world. Romans dealt with fighting until the death of opponents and needed to entertain their fans with bloodshed. Since then, modern-day sports have adopted the characteristics of the Roman warrior-like sports. For instance, the infamous Pete Rose play during the 1970 Baseball All-Star Game, when Rose decided to barrel into Ray Fosse at home plate during a friendly game. He separated Fosse's shoulder and essentially ended his career. Or Malice in the Palace in 2004, where the Detroit Pistons and the Indiana Pacers initiated a barbaric brawl that fizzled into the sands and involved fans. What I am getting at is that sports have always been this ruthless, aggressive, and masculine activity that have dominated our society. However, our society is constantly changing. We live in a society where we are taught to express ourselves and to live without fear of being criticized by our peers. A big issue that has appeared in America and in our society is gay rights, a concept in which we are encouraged into loving whoever we want has swept the United States. Pop culture and technology have helped influence ourselves. Same-sex marriages have been legalized in a number of states, including some of the central hubs of the world, including New York and California. However, something that you rarely see, if ever, is homosexuality in sports. Homosexuality in sports is something that is frowned upon, and something that is heavily criticized when it shouldn't be. The goal of this video is to show you that homosexuality does exist in sports today, particularly in major sports such as baseball, football, and basketball. But these athletes fear the ridicule that they will receive from their teammates. I hope to encourage people to accept themselves for who they are first, so that they can be open to the public and live without fear. Sports that may not get much attention, like gymnastics, most women's sports, wrestling, and boxing, have had gay athletes come out in recent years. Reasons for this is because some of these sports are individual sports, where they don't have to deal with the criticism of their teammates, and the women's sports would be more accepting because of the nature of women and lesbians. You don't see men who play in the NFL, the MLB, and the NBA come out to the world because they fear that they won't be accepted by their teammates or that they are letting them down. Most professional athletes wait until they retire from sports to come out or to openly support LGBT rights. There has been no active gay athlete to come out until this year. Jason Collins is a professional basketball player who came out to the world in April of this past year. He said, "A huge weight has been lifted." His coming out has opened the eyes of other sports leagues. The NFL and the NHL say that they are awaiting the arrival of the first openly gay player in their leagues. There are 0 active baseball players to come out. All time, there has been 1 player to ever come out, and that was Glenn Burke in the 1970s, who played for the LA Dodgers. There are 0 active football players who have come out. There are about only 12 former players who have ever come out over the years. There is only 1 active basketball player to ever come out, and that's Jason Collins. There has even been a rugby player to come out. A rugby player. Rugby, one of the most ruthless sports ever. Gareth Thomas came out in 2009, left his family, and became the first openly gay rugby player. Sorry, hockey. There are 0 active hockey players that we know about. There is 1 Major League Soccer player who is gay. He plays for the LA Galaxy. The fact that the gay movement is starting in sports is good. It is good for sports, but more importantly, it's good for our society. These players coming out influence other professional athletes to come out. It also sets a good example for younger players who struggle with the pressure of coming out to their peers and family. There is stress and anxiety with coming out. There have been players who've stated that they would not accept having a gay teammate in the locker room. They said that their wives wouldn't be fine with it and that it would make them uncomfortable. Chris Culliver of the San Francisco 49ers stated, "I don't do the gays, man," which is strange because he plays football in San Francisco, one of the most openly gay cities in the U.S. Chris Clemens of the Seattle Seahawks said that it would be selfish for a player to come out. Selfish? There will be arrogant teammates that won't accept your decision, but there will be more teammates that accept your decision than disagree with it. Andrew Luck, a young rookie quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, said that, "I think that they should do it." Brendan Ahedebu of the Baltimore Ravens, who was a big supporter of the LGBT gay rights movement, said, "We are ready for it." As a straight athlete myself, I would be perfectly fine with a teammate coming out. I encourage my teammates to express themselves and hope that they could be comfortable in front of all of us. My uncle is gay, but he didn't come out to us until I was about 15 years old. Actually, I was the last person to find out. And it made me a bit disappointed because I thought that me and my uncle were very close and could share a lot with each other. So I would hope that my teammates, who I consider my brothers, would have no problem with coming out to all of us. I will be the first person to help them. I will be the first person to support them. I will be the first person to answer the phone for them. I will do anything for them as if I would do anything for a straight player on my team. What is it that I hope you take away from this video? Express yourself. Do not worry about the criticism. Be a gladiator for the cause that you believe so much in. Open the doors for future generations and make them able to walk easily. Society will continue to change. The sports world will continue to change, and more people will continue to come out. It is up to us to support, not disregard.